Hey everyone, my name is Arthur Lima. I am a software developer and this is AL Code channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to create a AWS static website with global scalability. We will use CloudFront, S3, and Route53. I decided to create this architecture using Terraform. To avoid, we create all these infrastructure manually. So, to explain this architecture and to explain what we will see in this video, I created this diagram to show you how we will build this architecture. First of all, we will use GitHub Actions. This is responsible for our CI/CD. GitHub Actions will use Terraform to create some infrastructure inside AWS. This infrastructure will be Route53 because we need to save some DNS records there in our hosted zone. We will need a certificate. This is a prerequisite, so we need to create the certificate before with our DNS. So because we want to use SSL. We will also create a S3 bucket. For example, myprofile.example.com. In my case, will be myprofile.alcode.com. We enabled force destroy as true because we don't want. I created a destroy, not only a apply. And to destroy this bucket, we don't need to worry about the content inside this bucket. If we don't set this option as true, we will need to delete this content before we be able to destroy the bucket itself. So with this option, we don't need to worry about this. And versioning as well. We will version this bucket. We will also create CloudFront distribution. So this is our DNS. This is what the service, AWS service that will distribute our static website globally. And to make this work, every time we change our page, we will invalidate the cache. And in the end, after we create all of this content, all of this infrastructure, we will sync our page. We will send our page to the bucket. Our page is pretty simple. It's only a index.html. I will show you. Pretty simple page. Currently, it is in my local. As you can see, it is only a hello world. We will create better pages. We will improve this page in the future. But for now, what is important? It is important to understand the infrastructure behind and how we will create this infrastructure. So the goal of this video today is this one, the infrastructure behind. Remember, we will create a static website with global scalability. We will use CloudFront, Route53, and S3. Now, let's talk about the repository. So, I created the project MyProfile. This is my static website, a simple one. In this README file, you will see some content that will help you to make this work in your local, in your own Git. This is the explanation. This has a simple explanation about the architecture behind the infrastructure that we will create. I already explained about this. Some prerequisites. You need to have a Terraform backend bucket. This is to enable you to save the state of your Terraform. Otherwise, if you don't have this bucket and to save your state file, you will try to recreate your infrastructure every time you update your page, because you are not saving the state. To solve this situation, you will need to save the state file, then the Terraform will be able to recover this file and only update the infrastructure. With this file, the Terraform can understand that he managed this infrastructure. We will see more about this in the code. We also have the certificate. I already explained we need to create the certificate because we want to work with SSL. We need to have our hosted zone configured. This is an example. This is not your hosted zone. You need to create your own. My own is AL code. We will also need to configure OIDC. This is the provider we use to connect our GitHub with our AWS account. Here you have the steps you need to follow to create this. You need to create a trust policy, and you will need to have a, let me show you here, you will need to have some IAM policy to enable your enable your Terraform create all infrastructure you need. For example, you want to create a S3 bucket. You need to have the permission to create an S3 bucket. And we follow the policy of grants minimum requirements. So I only added in the IAM policy the minimum required to create and destroy a bucket. We cannot use full access because this is not a good way to work with AWS. This JSON, it is inside our project and we will see soon. Some resources. So please, if you need instead, read the documentation. Some local development variables you need to configure. I didn't use local development environment to push my code to AWS. I preferred to use the GitHub Actions to create this infrastructure. And one important thing, we need to configure some secrets and variable to make this work. I will show you soon about each one. And our AWS account, because this is a public project and my ID should appear in the logs. To avoid my ID show up in the logs, I masked my account. So I created this AWS account ID to hide my account ID. This is the infrastructure of the components. We will see each one soon. The cost we will have. Remember, you are using a paid service. So this is a pricing disclaimer. I am not responsible for the price you will see in your AWS account. You are studying, you will see some price to pay, and I am not responsible. You are responsible for your account. I'm only teaching you and using this tutorial to show you how to create this simple architecture. But remember, everything we use on AWS we will need to pay. We have the deployment. We can do this deployment manually or automatically. We have a deploy job and destroy job. We'll talk more about this soon. This is the project architecture, structure, sorry. We have our Terraform CI, which is for our GitHub Actions. We have our page, a simple index. We will enhance this page in the future, but not now. And the infrastructure, all files. More about the IAM permissions, how we sync our file to our S3. So we'll copy our code from source path and send to our bucket. We will invalidate the cache after this, and we have also some output variables. Important, this license is MIT, so feel free to copy this project, to fork, but remember, give a star. So returning to the environment variables, let's see in my own project. As you can see, I have a prod environment, and I have some secrets that I will not show to you because they are my account ID, my OIDC role ARN, and my certificate ARN. We also have Terraform var domain name. So this is my domain. Well, a lot of information. It's good you try to digest this alone, reading all the content. But here we have two options, deploy and destroy. For push event, we will run automatically, or in case of workflow dispatch and deploy, we will run the deploy job. In the deploy job, we will check our credentials, our account ID to mask as I explained before, and the Terraform version that we are using, this one right now, the branch and the environment variables. We will use the prod. This is our page, really simple, only hello world. So please check it file here. I try to put some text to help you to try to understand what we are doing. But what is important to you is try to understand all these files. If you want to learn how to create this infrastructure, read the comments and run in your local or in your pipelines. This will enable you to see what happens there, and I believe you will learn. In the variables, we have AWS region, domain name, as explained before, profile, subdomain, which is my profile. This is the example, and the certificate. Okay. The IAM policy JSON. This is the minimum you need to make this work. I added this invalid comment into the JSON because you will need to change to your own or S3 bucket. It's important to you, and also you will need to change the backend. And as I explained before, the backend we can see here in the providers, and this is what enables you to save the state of the Terraform. Okay, that's it, the readme, and that's all about the project. Let's go to the code and let's change hello world to hello you to roll. This will be my change. Pretty simple. YouTube tutorial. Yes. So in the Actions tab, we can see our latest push to main, and it runs automatically our deployment. And there is a lot of steps running. As you can see, the Terraform is creating the resource we need. I will pause the video now. So returning after a few minutes, 3 minutes more or less, a little bit more, we were able to create our AWS CloudFront S3 bucket. As you can see, the name we are using. We also push the index HTML to this bucket, and in the end we already have the website. So I also added the URL to facilitate. Clicking here, as you can see, hello YouTube world, very simple, and the CloudFront invalidation as well, and that's it. The deployment ran and the destroy didn't run because to destroy we'll need to do this manually. But before destroy, let's try a change. Let's return to hello world, and save. Do tutorial again. Yes, let's push directly to the main, which is not good. Then we can return to our Terraform infrastructure. We can see it's running. This will be quicker because we are only changing the page. The Terraform already created and passed everything we need, so we will not create again. So as you can see, it's done. In a few seconds, this will check, invalidate the cache, and now it's done. Only a few seconds, so any change you do in the code in your page will be quicker than to build a new environment again. So after the refresh, hello world. That's it. I would like to show in the AWS we can see these distributions, CloudFront distributions. We have this distribution enabled, as you can see, myprofile.com. We can see the certificate because we wanted to use SSL, so I already had this certificate. You can see the distribution name, the billing account, the origin, which is our S3 bucket, and that's it. You created this all automatically. We already create the Route53 as well. So yeah, feel free to navigate into your AWS account to see everything that you created. And to finish our tutorial today, it's more like a review about the product, right? We'll return to the infrastructure and we will see this and run workflow. So this is the manual workflow. We can run anytime. As I explained before, we have deploy and destroy. And now let's go to destroy everything we have created, because I don't want to pay for those services. I already learned, then I can delete. In my case, I will use this application to create my own profile. Let me refresh this page while I'm speaking. As you can see, and I will use the this profile and I will enhance, I will add more features to this page, and I will show to you good things about this. So as you can see, we are destroying everything. I don't know about you, but I really like this. I really like to see how we can use the code to build and destroy resources on Amazon. So we are destroying everything we have created, and this will take a while. I believe I'll need to pause again, and I will show you in the end. Okay, so after 4 minutes and 37 seconds, we destroyed our application. So let's go again to our website, try to refresh, and this site can't be reached anymore. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Try to use this for your own website. I really enjoyed to create this. I learned a lot about Terraform, GitHub, GitHub Actions, and also learned about AWS CloudFront, S3 buckets, certificates, hosted zones, and so on. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. See you in the next video. Bye.